We have entered the Burr months. It is now September. We're headed into October, November, December. And in my book, that means cozy slow cooker meals. If you're looking for a lot of new ideas for this fall and winter, I've got you covered. We've got 10 slow cooker meals that are perfect for the fall and winter, and I know your family is gonna enjoy them. Hey y'all, I'm Mandy, and this is Mandy in the Making. Silly cold outside. And you know, I know that a lot of you are used to this in January and February, but I live in South Carolina, and us South Carolinians are not quite used to this frigid cold air. But because of that, I am definitely in a soup mood. More specifically, I am in a chicken and gnocchi soup mood. I love that from Olive Garden, so we're gonna make our own version today. All right, to get started, you need a half of a medium-sized onion, but I just have a really small onion, so I'm just using the whole thing. You can use 3 medium carrots, but we just have these baby carrots on hand, so I'm just going to chop these up. And then you need 3 stalks of celery. I'm just using my chopper just to make everything uniform and super easy. You can dice them smaller if you want to. And then speaking of easy, I'm using jarred garlic. We're going the easy route today. You need 4 cloves of garlic, so I'm just gonna eyeball this. Now the recipe calls for about 1 pound of boneless, skinless chicken breasts. We prefer to use chicken thighs, so that's what I'm using today. I've already kind of trimmed it up. We just need to season it really well. I like to season it with salt and pepper, but I also like to add paprika. Paprika just gives it a little different color, a little flavor. I just love it. Now we're just gonna take these seasoned chicken thighs and place them on top of our veggies here in the crock pot. Then you wanna add some thyme, fresh thyme. I grabbed some from my indoor garden and I'm just kind of pulling this off. You need about a tablespoon of thyme and then a couple to 3 sprigs of rosemary. Just leave them completely on the stem. We're gonna just put them in as is. And then you need a whole carton or 4 cups of low sodium chicken broth. We're just gonna add that in as well. And then this is gonna cook either all day or just for a few hours. It is currently lunchtime, so I'm gonna do mine on high for about 4 to 4.5 hours. But if you're doing this in the morning before you leave for work, just set it on low for 7 to 8 hours. My house smells so good and it's time to kind of do the next steps. So I'm taking these rosemary sprigs out, get them out of the way, and then we just need to remove the chicken and shred it. This chicken is pretty much falling apart already, but I love this little chicken shredder that I have. A subscriber sent this to me and I have come to absolutely love it. So I'm just gonna shred the chicken really finely with this. Before we add it back, I'm going to remove about 1/4 cup of this broth and just put it in this little measuring cup here. And I'm gonna set it to the side. We're gonna do something with that in just a second. Now, we set aside this broth. Let's add our cornstarch to it. So I'm adding a couple of tablespoons of cornstarch and I'm just gonna whisk this around and then pour it back into the soup. That's gonna help thicken it. If you've been cooking yours on low all day, you wanna turn it to high at this point. If you've got it on high, keep it on high. You also need to measure out a cup of heavy cream and add that in, and then you're gonna add in about 1 pound of potato gnocchi. After I get all of this stirred in and combined, I'm just gonna cover it and we're gonna let it cook on high for 45 minutes more. We have some Parmesan herb biscuits coming out of the oven, and Stephen wanted to show off his new oven mitt from Tabby. It's a fish. If you did not see her video on her channel, I'll link it below, but she gifted this to him the other day and he loves it. All right, now it is time to do our very last step. We just have a few minutes left on the timer here or on the crock pot. So we're gonna stir in some baby spinach. I removed all of the stems. Y'all know I don't like the stems on my spinach. It's a personal preference thing. You don't have to do that. But we're gonna stir in this spinach and let it wilt down for just a few minutes. Then you just want to taste it and make sure that you don't need any more salt and pepper, and it's time to eat. I'm gonna add just a little bit of Parmesan cheese on top of ours just because that's what we prefer. And then when you go to Olive Garden, you know, they always ask you if you want some. So we're gonna do that and then we're gonna eat. We've been having some technical difficulties around here.
We did. Well, we have not had any difficulties eating this soup. I can tell you that right now.
It is so good.
It is delicious, very warm and comforting on this very cold day.
Yes.
But this is really, really, I love it because it reminds me of a chicken stew, like a traditional sort of classic Holden's Ranch style chicken stew. That's my favorite part of this.
For those of y'all who don't know, Holden's Ranch is a restaurant that actually is no longer. I'm so sad. But they were known for their chicken stew. So
Good stuff.
So this is like chicken stew, but just a little bit different?
It's really good. Very thick and hearty because of the veggie chunks in there, the carrot and the celery. And the gnocchi adds that starch or whatever you want to call it. Carbs.
Yep. Well, I am so glad.
Really good.
Excellent. And Cole loves it too.
Oh, yeah.
Cole,
I'm too busy to give you a thumbs up.
you're too busy to give me a thumbs up.
Yep.
I ain't never had one of these biscuits.
I know, and they're good.
It's time.
Oh, you ain't tried it yet. It's good, ain't it?
Yeah.
Hey, Cole,
Man.
the people really liked that you did the intro to my video. They said that you should narrate, like do an audiobook.
Maybe I will.
Maybe you will.
Maybe I will. I got to find what book to do, and I'll do it.
All right, y'all, this is delicious. It's so, so good. Perfect for this cold night.
I love it.
I'm glad.
My spoon ain't big enough.
Shocker. This is Crockpot Golden Mushroom Pot Roast. What makes this particular recipe unique is it's using golden mushroom soup, which I don't know if I've ever used it, or if I have, it's been very rarely. So let's make it. Okay, so we're gonna use 2 golden mushroom soups, 1 pack of the beefy onion soup mix, and you can use 2 small cans of evaporated milk, or you can use this larger can. You're just not gonna use all of it. So this is 12 ounces. I'll use like 3/4 of this. We will save the rest of this for our mashed potatoes. Let's just whisk all of that together. Now, she mentioned that you could do some roasted veggies with this. I am gonna just throw some carrots in with this to cook all day. Of course, we'll have the mashed potatoes. She also mentioned she likes to add sauteed mushrooms to hers at the end. My grocery store was out of mushrooms. So we are not gonna do that today, but that would be a great addition. I've got 2 small chuck roasts here. Each one is like 1.5 pounds. That's why I'm doing 2 of them. You wanna do 2 to 3 pounds. I just figured 2 small ones would be fine. And like I mentioned, I'm just gonna add in some carrots. I got these from Trader Joe's the other day. I had about half an onion left from a couple of nights ago. And I'm gonna throw some extra pepper in there too. This is gonna go on high for the rest of the day. It is a Saturday. She said you could do low for 10 or high for about 8 hours. So that's what we're gonna do, and we'll see you back in a little bit. Our house smells amazing. I cannot wait to eat this. Super tender. All right, let's do this.
Time to eat.
It is time to eat.
Yes, it is. So off the bat, the juice, the gravy
Right.
looks amazing in this. Let's get a hold to that. Oh man, yes, that is very delicious. So the gravy really does add a lot of moisture, flavor that you normally don't get when you have a roast.
Okay.
Because most of the time we don't.
Well, we do like the Mississippi pot roast. That's probably our most popular one that we do here. But how would you compare this one to the Mississippi pot roast?
Well, the gravy is outstanding. That's what makes this stand apart from the rest of them. Is that if you're, a lot of times you skip the gravy in pot roast. Well, some people do.
Yeah.
Because it's real fatty,
Yeah.
and you have to kind of play with it a little bit to make it more like a gravy. But this is already ready to go. I mean, it's got the flavors packed in there. Really good.
Good, I'm glad. I used the rest of the evaporated milk in with our potatoes, and then I baked this ciabatta bread. So I'm going to dig in. I'll let y'all know my thoughts, but Sabrina, this guy, yeah, he's happy. Our house smells so good. It's all about the gravy, baby. He went back and got him some more gravy. I had not added enough.
Oh, man. Then you can just sop it up.
There you go. All right. Well, Sabrina, we really appreciate this because I can see this being very popular in the fall and winter in our house. I love the flavors of this. I love a Mississippi pot roast, but this is a little more traditional, but like with a twist on traditional.
Yeah.
So we love it. I would like to thank Sous Vide for sponsoring this portion of today's video. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that we got our Sous Vide several months ago. We've been using the air fryer function on it a lot, but we've also used the bake and the roast. The Sous Vide 3.0 Plus has 15 different cooking modes, including the air fryer function, and you can use it to make your own recipes. I do that all the time. But they also have a really great option where you can choose from over 50 plus chef created meals that come to you frozen, and then you can just pop them in there. Let me tell you, this thing is like a robot. The chef created meals come with a card. You just scan that card on the sous vide. You can either cook it right then, or you can even schedule it to cook later. This thing will refrigerate all day until it's time for it to cook, and then have your meal ready for you. So if you're wanting to prep before you leave the house and then have dinner waiting on you when you walk in, you can do that. You don't have to get their meals, but let me tell you, those meals come in handy when you're in a pinch. And Stephen and I have been so incredibly impressed with every single meal that we've tried from Sous Vide. It's different from meal kits that you get because those don't really save you time. You still have to do all the cooking. The Sous Vide meals that you get, you just pop them in the sous vide, you scan the card, it cooks it for you. I also love that I could be air frying something on the top shelf, and then on the bottom level, I could be roasting something. You can do two different functions at the same time. This will be the smartest kitchen appliance you have ever had, and it has become a staple in our kitchen. We use it weekly, multiple times a week. You really can try it risk-free because they do offer a 100-day trial basis. And if you click my link below, you're gonna get 16 free meals when you order your sous vide today. That is a really great deal, and it's so nice to know that you don't have to prepare dinner those 16 times. You just stick it in the sous vide and you have dinner ready for you. I highly recommend giving it a try. It is a 100-day risk-free trial, so you really have nothing to lose. You know when the sun's not out and you're just kind of blah? But the meal that I'm making today is going to be so warming and comforting. We are doing Cajun sausage and potatoes in the crock pot. I think it's 5 ingredients. Very, very easy, very quick to put together, and it's gonna be so good tonight. So I'm not making enough to where we'll really have leftovers. So I'm cutting the original recipe that I found in half. So I'm doing about 1.5 pounds of russet potatoes. I just rinsed these off and I'm peeling them, and then we'll chop them up into about 1-inch pieces, chunks, and throw them into our crock pot. I'm using my smaller crock pot today since I am doing a smaller amount. Okay, now let me grab my andouille sausage. So I've got this Holmes Smokehouse andouille sausage. I'm just gonna chop it up into like 1/2-inch pieces, and we'll throw that in as well. Now we need a can of cream of mushroom soup. Since I'm cutting it in half, I don't technically need the whole can, but I think I'm still gonna just use it because what else am I gonna do with it other than throw it away, right? And then lastly, we need some Creole seasoning, or you can do Cajun seasoning. This is just what I have on hand, so that's what I'm using. And maybe do a little more than a teaspoon. That's about it. We're gonna stir this up and just let it cook for 6 to 8 hours on low. It's 12 o'clock now, so I'll just put it on low for about 6 hours. And that is a very simple dinner, perfect for a cool day. It has been all day. It smells so good in here. Look at that creaminess. Okay.
We've got meat and potatoes.
We do.
And it looks like it's creamy too, very creamy. I can smell the flavors. I can smell them. They are going to be very deep and rich and creamy, I can tell. Here we go, couple potatoes and some sausage. I like it.
All right, good. What's it taste like?
It's kind of like I don't know, it's kind of like a baked potato. Kind of flavor to it, but a lot more flavor.
So there's Creole seasoning in there.
Yeah, that's what that is. Okay. Creole seasoning, and then whatever this creaminess, I don't know what is this cream is really good.
It's cream and mushroom soup.
Okay. Cream and mushroom soup with Creole seasoning.
Yes, with andouille sausage, which also has those Cajun flavors to it.
That is really good.
Well, good. I'm glad you like it.
You did good.
Thanks. I try.
That is delicious.
Okay. All right, I'm going to dig in. It's like 5 ingredients, and it took about 5 minutes to prep, so.
That's really good, babe.
Thanks.
To be such a simple meal.
Yeah.
That is really good. I never would have thought that was cream and mushroom soup, though.
Really?
Yeah, because the Creole seasons like changed that.
Yeah, it changes the flavor profile.
Yes.
Okay.
Definitely.
Well, good.
Very good.
Yay.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to dig in. I'll be back.
What do you think? Let's see what we got.
Hold up. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Creamy, a little bit of spice. Good, that Creole seasoning definitely comes out.
So I feel like the Creole seasoning is there, but it's not spicy because I feel like the cream of mushroom tones it down.
It does.
But you still get the flavors of it.
For sure.
It's not a spicy meal.
Right.
I like this.
To be so simple, yeah, you wouldn't think that it was that simple to make that.
Today in the crock pot is going to be from India, or inspired by India, and it is crock pot butter chicken. Stephen found this recipe. He got very excited about it. I had to buy some different spices because we don't make Indian food. I don't know that I've ever made Indian food, so this is a new one. Let's do it. To get started, we need to either use a food processor, which I have, or you can just use a blender. I have a blender attachment, and I think this is all I'll need to do what we need to do. So let's open this up and pour the stuff in. First off, we need a can of diced tomatoes. I just peeled all of this garlic. The recipe calls for minced garlic. I don't understand because I feel like if I throw it in here, it should be fine. But you know what? We're gonna follow the instructions. The recipe calls for 6 cloves, but my cloves were tiny, so we're doing more than that. Next, we're gonna throw in half of a large onion. It says quartered, but I went ahead and just chopped it up a little bit more. Cracks me up that it said the garlic needed to be minced, but this, you know, whatever. Moving on. Now I'm gonna add in some sugar, a tablespoon of sugar, and some other spices. We need a teaspoon of chili powder. One of the new seasonings I needed to purchase was this. I don't know how to say it. Garam masala? I'm not sure. But we need a tablespoon of it. I just sniffed it. Smells very interesting. Okay, tablespoon of that going in. We need a tablespoon of minced ginger. I'm just gonna use this. We need a teaspoon of ground turmeric, a teaspoon of ground cumin, a teaspoon of ground coriander, and we're gonna add some salt. Let's pop this little lid on here, and we are going to blend this up until it's as smooth as we can get it. That was very easy. Let's smell this bad boy. That smells good. Okay, I can get with that. Now, moving on, we've got our slow cooker. We're just gonna pour this sauce directly into the bottom. It calls for a 16-ounce can of tomato sauce. Gonna pour that in there and give that a stir. Now what I'm doing is just laying our chicken thighs in here, which is exactly what the recipe calls for. We love chicken thighs, so this was right up our alley. The recipe calls for 2.5 to 3 pounds of chicken thighs. We've got, I think, like 8 chicken thighs here. I was trimming them up as I was adding them in. Let's just make sure they get really well coated in all of that sauce. Okay, and then we have 4 tablespoons of butter. I've kind of just chopped it up, and I'm just gonna lay it here on top because it is called butter chicken. Can't forget that. Leave it up to me. I would forget it though, you know? That's it, y'all. I'm going to place this lid on top, and you would either cook it on low for 8 hours. I'm gonna do on high for about 4 hours. All right, y'all, it is that time. We've got about 30 minutes before dinner's gonna be ready. I just started some rice that we're gonna serve this over. I can talk, I promise. We've got 1 cup of heavy cream going in. We've got about 30 minutes left on the timer, like I mentioned. This is gonna go in and just make it super creamy while we wait on that rice. And then it's gonna be time to eat. I wish you could smell our house right now. It's amazing. This is gonna hang out for 30 minutes. We'll see you in a bit.
Hello there.
Are you excited?
I'm excited.
You picked out this recipe because we've never attempted Indian food.
First time ever.
I know.
In this house.
I know.
So I am really excited. It smells amazing.
This house has been making me drool
Talking about some
for the last few hours.
fragrances.
Yeah.
Oh man. I feel like this is going to be all about the sauce.
Definitely all about the sauce.
That is good.
Okay.
It is really good. It's hard for me to describe these flavors.
Well, we ain't never had nothing like that in this house.
It is really different. Very different. I thought it was going to be way more potent than what it is.
Okay.
But it's still got some really interesting flavors. Definitely got the Indian sort of flavor going on.
Okay.
There. It's hard to really describe it. It's almost like a sweet cinnamon flavor. But
yeah,
it's not. It's like not quite cinnamon.
Yeah.
But it's definitely got this...
so I wonder what is pulling cinnamon. I wonder if it's that new seasoning, that
maybe
garam masala,
yeah, that
or
must be
whatever
what it is.
Okay.
It's a very bright,
okay,
sort of flavor. It's light and very interesting. Very interesting. And it's kind of creamy too.
Good.
A bit of creaminess going on in there. But it definitely has this sort of fall vibe to it.
Oh, good. All right, y'all. I'm going to dig in. I'll be back. I'm so excited. I'm so surprised with how our house has been smelling that this doesn't have bolder flavors to it.
Yeah.
It's very good.
It's really
It's
good.
a really creamy, smooth, with interesting, almost like cinnamon, like he was saying.
Yeah.
But I thought it was going to be super bold in your face flavors, but it's not. It's really, really good.
And the chicken just melts.
Oh, yeah.
Super tender.
Oh, yeah.
Very good.
All right.
This is delicious.
Okay. Well,
I'm glad we made this.
first time trying Indian food in our house. So this was a go-backer for him.
Go back.
And he said, you know, it's not as spicy. It's not spicy at all. Like I was expecting it to be. So he said, I'm going to go grab some more of that.
It's called garam masala.
No, there's no R in there.
There is an R in
And
there.
the second word, garam masala.
Garam masala.
Okay, we're butchering it. I know we are. But anyway, y'all remember how he said it tasted like cinnamon?
Guess what? My taste buds ain't ever lied. It's got cinnamon in this.
It does. It has cloves, cinnamon, cardamom. What else?
What an interesting flavor that is.
Cumin, coriander. I can't remember
I
all of
wish
that.
it was spicier, but I'm definitely down with this.
Yeah, it's really
mean,
good.
down
I
with
mean,
this.
it's gone. So, and that's his second bowl. But, so he was not wrong. It definitely has a little bit of a cinnamon taste to it.
I mean, look, this is like a fall, like,
It is.
just got the fall vibe.
It really does. All right, there you go, y'all. We're not crazy. He's not crazy. It does taste a little bit like cinnamon, but that's because there's cinnamon in this.
I am a little crazy.
It's okay. Everybody knows. Today we are making queso chicken tacos. Just a few ingredients. It's so easy and dinner is going to be delicious. We are not making the entire recipe. That's why I'm using a smaller crock pot. I'm just using 2 large chicken breasts. I did not cut them in half, but this is like 4 thinly sliced. You need a pack of taco seasoning or 2 to 3 tablespoons of your own. The original recipe calls for salt and pepper. There's a good bit of salt in that, so I'm not gonna worry about the salt, but I am gonna throw some pepper in here. Now you want to use a can of Rotel that you did not drain. You want the juices still in there. I'm using the hot Rotel just because that's our preference. And then a 4-ounce can of diced green chilies. And that's it. I'm gonna be cooking mine on low for about 4 hours. The recipe says to cook it on high for 4 hours. I know my crock pot really well. It does not do well with chicken for that long. My chicken will be dried out. So because it's chicken breast, you wanna make sure you're not drying it out. I'm gonna cook mine on low. It may even be done before the 4 hours. I'm gonna check on it. Well, it is 4:15 and our chicken is already done. I already checked the internal temperature is right at 170, which means it's done. So let's take this out and shred it. So let's take our chicken out and shred it. I'm gonna use my nice little shredder here. All right, so you're supposed to put this in smaller chunks, but I just wanted to see what a whole chicken breast, how it would do. So it didn't quite get it all. So I'm just gonna move it around in here. So Stephen and I decided to add or take away some of the liquid that's in here because we don't want it to be too watery. We can always add it back in, but I'm just taking it out and putting it here. And we'll set it to the side. So I'm gonna add this shredded chicken back in and let's do the other chicken breast. I've got a jar of salsa con queso. You can add the whole jar if you're doing the full recipe. So I probably won't be adding the entire thing. You don't have to worry about heating this up. It's gonna heat through with the chicken. So let's start with that amount and see how it goes. I think that's probably enough. Look at that. We're gonna add a little bit of this juice back in there. I think that's good. Oh man, that smells so good.
Big old bite. What you think?
Oh, that's good. Ooh, it's spicy.
Yay, good job.
So now we just need to prep all of our toppings for our tacos and we're ready to go. So fun fact, these, can you see, yep. You see that says Gerber Baby Foods? We've had these since Cole was born. I mean, they look pitiful. Look at them. But we use them to do taco night. They're perfect size for like tomatoes, onions, jalapeno, whatever. But we've had these for a long, long time.
Oh, man.
Why'd you only make you one?
I made a honker of a taco.
He did.
Good gracious alive.
Wait, we got a tank.
Let me ask you a question.
Ask me. Oh. We
Is a taco a sandwich?
I'll start this.
Is a taco similar to a sandwich or a hot dog? What do you think? Tink.
Tank. It's both.
All right.
Okay, let's go.
Spicy.
Because I used that hot rotel.
Spicy. Yes. This will light you on fire.
And he has jalapeno on his, and he put a lot of Cholula on it.
Fresh jalapeno. I'll put that jalapeno in there.
Mine's not that hot.
Oh man, that cheese is amazing.
It's so good.
Those flavors came together really, really nicely. The rotel. Sometimes the rotel has a little bit of like a canned rotel flavor, you know what I mean?
It can,
like you
yeah.
know it's canned. No. Mixed with that cheese dip. Which that cheese dip is amazing.
It is. Gosh, that's good. I mean, this is a really good way to have Taco Tuesday.
Yeah.
Now,
This would be really good with those hard shells too.
you need a napkin too?
Well,
You need a bib.
you know me,
You need a bib.
because you've seen me.
Ooh, it is. I mean, my nose is starting to run a little bit. It's spicy. Cole will be home in a minute, and he'll have to try them.
And I feel like you can do different types of cheese with this if you wanted to. Different types of, you know, the bottled or whatever cheese.
Yeah, I mean, you could get like the traditional queso too, like the queso dip, and do that.
Absolutely. Very good. I am impressed.
He's going back for more. And
So
then,
when you make a mess with your taco,
you have a little salad.
You have a salad left over. That's how we do it. So
That's
if
right.
you want taco salad, just be real messy. Would you give it 1 or 2 thumbs?
2.
Oh, nice.
2.
I had a
It's
feeling.
spicy, isn't it?
Oh, it's so good. My mouth is on fire a little bit. Not gonna lie. But in the best way possible.
Awooga!
Looney Tunes.
Something catches on fire, they do the whistle.
Yeah.
Hur, hur. That's not
What was that?
I don't know if that was a whistle sound or what that was.
Try this with your chicken tacos next time. It's good. Tonight we're gonna have some garlic Parmesan chicken stew in the crock pot. Let's make it. To get started, I've got these small gold potatoes. I'm gonna quarter them and we're just gonna throw them in the bottom. Next, it calls for 3 large carrots, and that's exactly what I have here. And we're just gonna slice these, and we're just gonna throw these into the crock pot. You know what? I feel like 2 is enough because mine were very large. So I'm gonna go with 2 and we're gonna move on. You see this one little piece of celery? Let's have a chat. This recipe calls for 3 large carrots sliced and then 1 rib of celery. That's just 1, right? So I Googled it because that's what you do when you doubt yourself and you know that more than likely you're probably wrong. No, it is just 1. The whole thing is called a stalk. That just seems so uneven to me. Why is there just 1? But there were supposed to be 3. I don't make the rules, I just follow them. And we know that 1 is the loneliest number. That's going in. It says we need half an onion, which is what I have here. Do you remember from last week when I was struggling with this? Let's see if we struggle today. You gonna redeem yourself, buddy? Let's see. Look, that's what it's supposed to do. I don't know why last week I had such a hard time. So, that's what normally happens. Last week was odd. But I need to chop this up, so I'm gonna do that. I'll be right back. I did it quickly. I am not crying, believe it or not. But let's add this in. It says 1 teaspoon of minced garlic. I don't understand why. I want more. This is called garlic Parmesan chicken stew. We need more than 1 little teaspoon. We're gonna do more like a tablespoon and a half. Salt going in. Pepper. We're almost out. I gotta get some more. But that's going in. We need a teaspoon of dried parsley, so I'm gonna put that in. And then it calls for a teaspoon of dried thyme. I have fresh thyme from my garden, so I'm going to get the leaves off and just throw these in, so I'll be right back. Okay, this is how we're looking so far. Now we just need to chop up our chicken and add that in. The recipe calls for chicken breasts. However, we prefer thighs, so you could definitely do this with breast if you want to. That's fine. I'm going to trim these up, but we're just going to cut them into 1-inch pieces. It says you need 3 chicken breasts, so I'm using, I don't even know how many thighs here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I ended up just using 5 of the chicken thighs just because I felt like that was enough. And now we're gonna pour in 2 cups of chicken broth. All right, now it says to cook it on low for 4 hours, but I'm gonna do more like high because I just know my slow cooker and I feel like this is, in order to soften these potatoes and all of that, I'm gonna need to do it on high. So that's what we're gonna do. Let's put the lid on it and set this to high for 4 hours. I will check on it in a little while just to make sure, but that should be good. Now, if you cooked yours on low, at this point, you'll want to turn your crock pot over to high. We want it to bubble a little bit. Oh, I'm making messes in true Mandy fashion. And in all transparency, Stephen just left to go get us some Parmesan cheese to go in this because I thought I had some and I did not. So he's at the grocery store while I make messes. I didn't realize I did that too. Woo. Let's go over to the crock pot. Okay, and we're just gonna let this hang out for another 30 to 60 minutes. We're just gonna do 30. You also add Parmesan cheese at this point. I will be adding that in just a second. And Stephen gets back from the store. We are back in business, friends. Stephen was gone for not very long. He was very quick. We've got Parmesan cheese, and I'm not gonna measure it. It says about 1/3 cup, so, oh, there we go. I'm just gonna do it till it feels right, as my Nana would say. Nana, how do I make your biscuits? Well, you add some flour and some buttermilk, and you start mixing that around until it feels right. Nana, how much is that? Honey, till it feels right. That's just how our Nanas, that's how they cook. And they were the best cooks. Can I get an amen?
Amen.
I'll add just a little bit more because, yeah, it doesn't feel right yet. Oh, my crusty bread is ready. I need to go get it out. Oh no, that is a tragedy. Did you see that? I'm gonna eat it. That should be about right, babe.
I ain't done yet.
This ain't Olive Garden, huh? I said when, you said no,
when.
When?
You didn't say the magic word.
There we go. We're good. Our house has been smelling good all afternoon. And we need a little bit of crusty sourdough baguette. If that don't warm you up, I don't know what will.
Very good chicken stew is what this is. Mm-hmm. It's like Holden's Ranch with some pizzazz.
Holden's Ranch with some pizzazz.
It's definitely got some extra flavoring in there with the carrots.
Yeah.
And whatever other seasonings you got in here.
I've got some fresh thyme from our garden.
That is good.
You'll have to tell us below if you know what he's referring to when he says Holden's Ranch. Mm-hmm. If you're from the Spartanburg, South Carolina area, you probably know.
That's super, super duper good.
The soup
It's
is
like
super
a-
good?
Yeah, I mean, it's like
Super soup?
super soup. Super duper super scooper.
Yeah, be careful there. All right, I'm gonna dig into my, crusty bread. Get it? I've already been eating on my bread. I mean, yeah. Stephen, being the person that he is, he came up with Subby Supper. He comes up with, Batter Chatter. He comes up with all these cute little names for things. So I was telling him about this recipe and he said, so it's cube steak. 3 gravy packs, cubed steaks. So these are cubed steaks. Okay, to get started, I've got this plate here. I'm gonna add some flour. I'm gonna start with that amount. And we're gonna take our cube steaks and just coat them in the flour. We are gonna go to the skillet first before going to the crock pot because we are going to sear these. Okay, I've got my large skillet. It's been heating to about medium high. I'm gonna add a little bit of olive oil, not a ton, maybe a tablespoon-ish. And we're gonna take these and just sear them on each side for, I don't know, 3 or 4 minutes, not long. We're not cooking them all the way through, obviously. We're gonna call that good. All right, 3 minutes on this side and then we'll flip them. The recipe calls for a large onion. I'm doing half of this large onion just because this was an extra large onion. But we're just gonna slice this. All right, these have been going for several minutes. Let's flippity flip and we'll just give those 3 more minutes and then we'll head over to the crock pot. Okay, these have cooked on both sides now, so we're gonna add them to the bottom of the crock pot. We are just gonna top it with our onion rings. Sliced onions, not actual onion rings, already cooked, just in case you were wondering. Okay, and now we're just gonna pour some water over top of it, and this is gonna cook, it says low and slow all day, it says 8 hours, but it's already 12 o'clock. So I'm gonna start it out on high This is about 2 cups of water, by the way. I'm gonna start it out on high and then I will switch it over to low later today. And then we will worry about the gravy mixes later today. So I'm gonna do a couple of hours on high, and then after the end of that, I will switch it over to low for the rest of the afternoon until it's time to eat. And just so I don't forget, because I have been known to want to switch it over to low, but then letting it go to keep warm and messing up a whole meal, I'll set a timer on my phone to remind me to come in here after 2 hours. Okay, so we've got 30 minutes left on this, so we need to make our gravy. Now remember, we've got 3 different gravies. We've got mushroom gravy, onion gravy, and brown gravy. I've got 1 cup of water. We're just gonna whisk all of this together before we add it in. And let's pour this in and just let this cook for 30 more minutes. I'm actually gonna switch it over to high as well. It doesn't say to do that. I turned it over to high. I'm gonna put the lid back on it, and I'm gonna get started on a side dish that you will see that recipe on Tuesday. Okay, so you've got 3 different things on your plate, 2 of which you're gonna see in Tuesday's video, so don't look behind the curtain.
Here we go.
Okay.
Cube steak.
Didn't need no knife, did you?
You don't need teeth. It's absolutely delicious. It just falls apart.
Well, good.
That is delicious.
Yay.
A little bit of that. I didn't get the onions really. But the
get
gravy,
the
I
onions.
got some gravy, that's for sure. Yeah, you just cut right in it like butter.
Yeah.
And then you get some of this here, and then you can just gum it.
Down.
It is fantastic.
All right. So
Really good.
we got thumbs up over here. Oh, 2 of them. All right.
Yep, good job.
Okay, so now you're going to dig into the other. So we'll
right.
get to see the rest of it on Tuesday, y'all. Sorry. Bye. Good morning. Yes, morning, because it's another Crockpot day, which means I am cooking dinner when I have the most energy, which is in the morning. I don't know why I don't cook every single meal in the Crockpot, quite honestly. But today we're gonna try beef and broccoli in the Crockpot. I am doubling the recipe because the recipe called for 1.5 pounds chuck roast. I had a chuck roast in the freezer that was 3 pounds. So I thawed the entire thing, obviously, and we're just gonna double the recipe. And this is a true dump and go, like just put all the ingredients in here and just forget about it. Okay, let's get started by mixing up our sauce. I am doubling the sauce. I do have double the meat, but a lot of times I double the sauce even if I don't. I've got 2 cans of beef consomme here. You can use beef broth if you want to. That's a very pleasant sound. Hold please. Okay, so either beef consomme or beef broth. Now the recipe calls for 1/2 cup of low sodium soy sauce in 1 helping of the, or 1 serving of the sauce. So that means I need about 1 cup. So let's add that in. We need 2/3 of a cup of dark brown sugar. We're gonna use a couple of tablespoons of sesame oil and garlic. Plenty of garlic. I think the original recipe calls for 3 garlic cloves, so we will double that. Okay, let's whisk that together, and we're just gonna set it to the side so that I can cut my chuck roast into strips. Okay, there's a lot of fat here in the middle, so I'm probably gonna trim it up some, but you want these in thin strips. This is gonna cook in the crock pot for about 6 hours on low, but you wanna check it because it is so thin, it will start to just shred and fall apart if you let it cook for too long. I'm gonna check it probably at the 5-hour mark just to see, but I'm doing just thin slices, so that should work. But I'll be back. This is gonna take me a couple of minutes, and then we will assemble everything together. Almost 1 pound of this was fat, I have to say. We don't have quite as much as, you know, we don't have 3 pounds, but I do feel like we still have more than the original recipe. So, but now what I'm doing is just throwing these over into the crock pot, and then we're gonna cover it in our sauce and just toss it around. Kind of whisk it together again. And we're just gonna pour this over top. And then we'll just kind of toss everything around. Man, it's a lot of liquid. I mean, we don't really have much to toss because it's pretty much covering it. And then later today, we're gonna throw in our broccoli. We have frozen broccoli that will go in. You don't wanna put it in this early because it'll just be mush. Let's put the lid on this and cook it on low for 6 hours. Again, I'm gonna check it around 5 hours. Okay, so it's got about 1 hour left. So at this point, what I'm gonna do is check on it. It's pretty much done. So at this point, what we need to do is thicken up the sauce. So I've got a little glass measuring cup here. We're gonna get about a half a cup of the sauce. And now we're gonna add some cornstarch. The original recipe calls for about a quarter cup. I don't know, I'm just gonna eyeball it. I'm not gonna do a half a cup. I think that might be a little too much, but I'm just gonna add some in. I just did 2 heaping spoonfuls and I'm going to stir that around. So let's just slowly pour this in. Yeah, it's not falling apart yet, so that's good. So let's let that thicken for a little while. And in the last 30 minutes or so, we are gonna add in the broccoli. So we'll be back. Okay, I got sidetracked. I was doing some other things, but let's see if this has thickened up any at all. Oh, it definitely has. Okay, good. I have a 1 pound bag of broccoli florets. Yes, they are still frozen. Here in just a minute, I'm gonna get started on some rice to go with this, and dinner will be ready.
I think it smells delicious. It looks good too.
So he grabbed a spoon, I grabbed forks, but it is a lot of sauce, so.
It's very saucy.
It's pretty saucy.
Oh wow, very beefy.
Good.
Definitely has the beef broccoli sort of flavor.
Yeah.
I guess Asian flavors
Right.
in there. I love the consistency of the sauce. It's got a thickness to it.
Good, I added cornstarch, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. It definitely has a nice consistency. It's very
Okay.
thick. It coats everything really well.
Yes, it does. This beef is so tender. It's not quite fall apart. It didn't shred when I was picking it up, so that's good. I didn't
But
cook
it
it too
melts.
long, but it's perfect. I mean, you just bite right into it and then it kind of falls apart. Oh man, that's delicious. I highly recommend trying this one. I filmed this early this morning before I was ready because it needed to be on high all day long, but today we are making pinto beans in the crock pot. It is a true Southern staple, and usually you just throw a ham hock in there and call it good. 2 things. My grocery store was out of ham hocks. Second of all, I wanted to try a new recipe. So I found a recipe that was very highly rated online, and we are trying it today. It has been going for about 3 hours. So it's on high all day today. I'm gonna take you back in time and show you. Okay, to get started, I'm just going to dice this yellow onion. And I have started, just for those of you who have left comments saying that you've had problems with onions this year too, I've started buying the organic onions and I've not had any problems with those. I know they're a little more expensive, but when you're going through onions like crazy because they're rotten, you're probably spending that extra money anyway because you're having to throw so many away. So just a heads up, I have not had problems with the organic ones this year. And this is a jalapeno from our garden that's been frozen. At this point, it does say to seed your jalapeno, but I think I'm gonna leave our seeds in. The red ones are usually hotter. Maybe I should take the seeds out of one side. That's what I'll do. I'll leave half the seeds in because I don't want it to be too hot, obviously. But we do like a little bit of spice. Steven likes a lot of spice. I like a little bit of spice. So I'm just going to dice this as well. All right, let's go over to the stovetop. I've got this kind of small to medium skillet heated to about medium, a little over medium. I'm gonna add just a little bit of olive oil to it, and we're gonna throw our onions and our jalapeno in here to saute. This should take probably 5 minutes or so. And while this is starting to saute, I'll come over here and check on it periodically, but I'm gonna start rinsing my pinto beans. I've got 3 cups of pinto beans here. I'm just going through it right now just to look for any rocks. Since this is a no soaking recipe, we're gonna be adding a lot of liquid to our crock pot with these, and these are gonna cook on high all day so that they will be nice and soft for us come dinner time. So these have softened up quite nicely. It is time to add in some, not olive oil, I'm grabbing olive oil, some minced garlic. That's what we need. I think the recipe says 3 cloves. I'm probably going with more than that because we love garlic. So let's saute this for another minute. If you're wondering, I'm guessing if you're in a hurry, you could just throw these in the crock pot without doing this. But sauteed, they have a little bit different flavor profile. But if you just wanted to throw them in and cook them all day in there, I think that would be fine too. Okay, everything is going into the crock pot. We've got our 3 cups of, I almost said green beans, pinto beans that have been rinsed. Okay, let's put our onion mixture in there. Now we need a teaspoon each of salt and pepper. I'm actually gonna go a little less than a teaspoon on that salt just because I just realized I don't have low sodium chicken broth. So yeah, I don't wanna overload the salt there. And then we also need a teaspoon or so of cumin. All right, now we need to add our chicken broth. I've got 2 cartons. You need 64 ounces because again, these are dry. So they're gonna soak up a lot of the broth. A lot of that liquid will be gone. This is going on high all day for about 8 to 9 hours. I'm gonna make some cornbread to go with this tonight. It's gonna be awesome.
Pinto beans always reminds me of my grandmother. I'd get off the school bus and come around to the back of the house.
Yep.
And grandma would always be in the kitchen window with the window would be up and I could see her through that screen there at the kitchen sink.
And you could smell the
And then I
pinto.
could smell those pinto beans cooking.
Yeah.
I could. Yeah, she'd have them in the pressure cooker. You could hear it in there.
Before the days before Instant Pot was
Yeah.
a show enough pressure cooker.
Those are very fond memories.
Well, we used her skillet tonight to make the cornbread in her cornbread recipe, so it's like Grandmama's here.
It's gonna be good. So we doctored this up a little bit. We got just a little bit of raw onion there on top, and some chow chow.
Chow chow. Cole is so happy.
Oh man, yeah, that is traditional pinto beans right there.
So good, but without the ham hock, can you believe it?
I mean, there's a lot of flavor in here. I don't know what you put in here, but it is delicious.
I'm so glad. I'm gonna be real honest, y'all. I snuck a bite earlier just to make sure. I was wanting to make sure that the beans were completely cooked, and of course they
man.
are. So I already know that they are delicious.
Really good flavor in this
Yes.
in the bean soup part that's in there. I used to love mixing crumble a little bit of cornbread in the soup part.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Oh man.
All right, y'all. So that is a Southern comfort food. Oh. We got to get 2 thumbs up over there. That's a Southern comfort food in the crock pot. It's a winner. Let me see. You know what I'm making. I've got some ranch powder. I've got au jus gravy. I've got pepperoncinis. Those 3 things alone can only mean it's Mississippi something. And if you've been around for a while, you know I've been talking about I want to try a Mississippi meatloaf. So we are making a crock pot Mississippi meatloaf. It's already like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So we're gonna put it on high and we'll have kind of a late dinner tonight. But I need to get that started before I start yapping away. So let me do that. Before we get started, I've got a large crock pot here. We're gonna line it with aluminum foil. Now you want the aluminum foil to come up the sides somewhat. So I think that's pretty good. It's still gonna make a mess, I'm sure. But that should be good. And then you're just gonna spray that with some nonstick spray. There we go. Now we've got a large bowl here. Let's add a couple of eggs. We need 1 cup of milk. Is that right? Okay, let's add our milk in. We need a couple of teaspoons of granulated sugar. So I've got a tablespoon measure here in this, so I won't quite fill it up. Okay, that should be good. Interesting. Very interesting. Now for this recipe, we need 2 packs of au jus, but we're only gonna use 1 pack now. So let's add that in here. If you can find the kind with lower sodium, I would do that. This is a higher sodium meal. Just keep that in mind. But I could not find a lower sodium version of that at my store, so here we are. We also need a pack of ranch seasoning. Since I have it in the powder form, like in the thing here, I'm gonna do like 2.5 tablespoons. Here's the half. And then finally, I'm gonna whisk this together before we add in this last thing. And kind of break these eggs up. We need to add in 1 cup of panko breadcrumbs. If you don't have panko, you can use regular. That's what the recipe says. Okay, I don't have a full cup there, but I have another panko breadcrumb. There we go. All right, let's add that in there and stir all of that. It smells good. It doesn't look very pretty, but here we are. Now to that, we're gonna add in 2 pounds of ground beef. You want either 85-15 or 90-10 for this. So let's add this in and we're gonna mix it all together. I took my wedding ring off so I don't have to worry about that. I should have grabbed me some of those gloves because I hate doing this. This is not pretty. I'm gonna be real with you right now. I'm not gonna say what this is making me think of, but it's not good, okay? It says not to over mix, so I'm just gonna make sure it's all incorporated really well and then be done. Gladly, quite honestly. Okay, I think that's good. Whew, my hands are freezing. Okay, now let's move our crock pot here. I'm going to add our ground beef directly into here and kick the tripod while I'm at it. And then we're gonna kind of shape it into an oval. So it kind of already did its own oval shape just from being dumped in there. Okay, this is a big old meatloaf. We're gonna have leftovers for days. But funny thing is, Cole's not gonna be here for dinner tonight. But let me tell you, that boy will eat this very happily for days. Okay, now we need to mix together our sauce. I've got 3 cups of water here. We've got these pepperoncinis, which we are gonna put some pepperoncinis in the dish, but we need some of the juice now. We need a 1/4 cup of the juice. There we go. Where is our other pack? Here it is. So we need our other pack of au jus, and we need our other pack of ranch. So 3 more or 2.5 more tablespoons of the ranch powder. There we go. Let's just whisk all of that together. All right. Now we're gonna take this gravy that we just made, which we're gonna thicken it up later, don't worry, but we're gonna pour that all over this and let it come up the sides. It's a lot. It's gonna leak down into the crock pot as well, which is fine. That is a lot of gravy. Oh my goodness. Now you can put the lid on this and cook it on low for 6 to 8 hours or on high for 3 to 4. We're doing high 3 to 4 because it's already after 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Oh wait, we gotta put the pepperoncinis on top. Hello, we'll do that too. I'm just trying to move this stuff so I can move my crock pot over here and plug it up. Oh, let's go ahead and plug it up and put it on high. We'll check it at 3 hours and see where we're at. Well, I'll leave it on 3.5, that's good. But let's grab some pepperoncinis and put them over top. This thing had a little plastic thing on top. I don't really know about that. Okay, we're gonna pop these just on the top. Okay, I put 6 of them on top. The lid is going on and this will be ready kind of late this evening, late for us anyway. We don't normally eat around 7, but today we are. First thing I need to do is check and make sure this is actually done. So let's do that first. I was about to take it out, but let me stick a thermometer in there and see. Thermometer. Oh, we done. We done, honey.
We done.
It does not look extremely appetizing. However, it smells divine.
When you put that sauce on there, though, oh my goodness.
Okay, so here's the task we have at hand.
We got some boat paddles.
Okay, she said that the easiest way to get this out is to use 2 spatulas underneath the meatloaf and put it onto a platter. I'm gonna need you to move that because I'm gonna hit it with my elbow. I'm gonna hit you. It's gonna happen. Let's see if I can actually do this.
Oh boy.
I'm trying to let the juice drain. Oh.
Better hurry. It's coming apart.
Okay, I see that. Oh, put it down. Okay.
Not bad.
And look at all that left behind.
Oh.
We have a task that we need to do. So let's do that. So I've got a saucepan and I've got a strainer, and we are going to strain this gravy. That was not hard to do at all. Sir, can you? Let's take this off. And then this is gonna go over to the stove and we're gonna make a cornstarch slurry to thicken it up. Okay, let's do a couple of tablespoons of cornstarch and about the same amount of water. Gonna stir that up and we're gonna let it sit here and wait until this starts boiling over here on the stove. I've got the gravy on the stove top and I'm bringing it up to a boil, so we'll give that a couple minutes. Speaking of my hand mixer, the poor little cord is all twisted, which is not a good thing, I realize. But it is by Proctor Silex, is that what it is? It's seen better days, but you know what? It still works. So I use this when I do my mashed potatoes because I don't like lumpy mashed potatoes. So I'm getting this ready, but you asked. This is it. It has come up to a boil, so let's add in our cornstarch slurry, and I'm gonna whisk that together. It won't take long for it to thicken up, and then I'll turn the temperature down, and we'll let it hang out while I make my mashed potatoes. It's already starting to thicken up. It smells so good. I love anything Mississippi. I wanted it a little bit thicker, so I added another tablespoon of the slurry. And hopefully that'll get it to the consistency that I want. I may have added a little too much water last time. Okay, it's starting to thicken up now. This is where I wanted it. Okay, let me turn the temp down to low, and we're just gonna let that hang out, and I'm gonna do our potatoes. This looks divine. So you probably want a pepperoncini, don't you?
I do want a pepperoncini.
I know you. Okay, there you go. And then I'm gonna give you a little bit more meat because I know you.
Oh boy.
How's that look?
Looks good.
Oh boy.
Y'all, we had to bring in extra lights because I don't know if you can tell.
It's dark outside.
It is dark and gloomy.
Man.
It's so chilly today. This is perfect weather for this meal.
Man, this is one of them no teeth meals. You don't need teeth to eat that.
I love
You
when
can
say
gum it.
that.
I mean, it's the truth.
It is the truth.
I can just tell.
All right.
All right.
Tell us what you think.
I am. Wow! Golly, that is probably the juiciest meatloaf I've ever had in my life.
I'm so glad.
There ain't no doubt about that.
Good.
I mean, you can just breathe on that and it comes apart.
Yeah,
But it still holds together. I know it was kind of tough getting it out of there too.
it was. It was. It was not the easiest, but you know,
Man,
it worked.
the Mississippi flavor.
Good.
That Mississippi pot roast
Yes.
/ meatloaf flavor is just packed in there.
I'm so glad.
But it's like, I thought it was going to be like way too salty.
I was worried about that.
It is not.
Okay, good.
Man, that is
Excellent.
amazing.
I'm so happy.
That is tremendous. I love the flavor on that. And the sauce, the
Yeah.
gravy.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, you're just going to have to, I mean, you could put this in a bowl if you wanted to, just to get all that gravy in
All
there.
right, I'm gonna dig in. This smells amazing. I have one last bite. Somebody went back and got more.
I had to. I'm sorry. This is too good.
You do it to it. But that's from the tomatoes there. This was amazing. Oh my word. I can't wait to make it again. There you go. There are 10 slow cooker meals perfect for the upcoming cooler weather. I have lots of videos like this on my channel, so if you are new here, hit that subscribe button before you leave. Give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to go check out sous vide. You can try it 100 days risk-free. And if you use my link below, you'll get 16 free meals along with your sous vide. That's it for me today. I will see you next time. Bye, y'all.